Assalamu alaikum. I've been having a lot of fun flicking through this very interesting tome, Tadkira. I recommend you buy it. If nothing else, it's an interesting examination into the psyche of a cult leader from the 19th century and the early part of the 20th, which is of course when Mirza Ghulam Ahmad got his enormous delusions of grandeur and mistakenly believed himself to be a prophet and made some rather ludicrous claims about himself. Anyway, I've been finding it very interesting looking at all the comments and watching the Ahmadis squirm trying to defend their ludicrous master with an indefensible position. I can literally pick up this book and flick to any random page and pick out any kind of gem. But today, inshallah, I'm going to concentrate on one of my favorite gems, which makes me laugh even today. And I've read it many times over, and I'm still trying to make sense of it, but it's absolutely impossible. So the revelation, so-called revelation, is coming up, extracted as usual with a scan straight from this, my trusty copy of Tadkira, English rendering of the dreams, visions, and verbal revelations vouchsafed to Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, the promised Messiah and Mahdi. This is amazing. Before we start, let me flick to a random page, okay? So, right. What's this one? Okay, this is interesting. Now, one of the things that I find really upsetting is Mirza Ghulam Ahmad's continual claims to have received re-revelations of the Quran. And it just beggars belief that anyone could claim that God would send the Quran down again. What, are you saying that it wasn't correct the first time? Really? Well, if nothing has changed as you believe, then why should it be re-revealed? It's been kept intact, as God promised. What really upsets Muslims, and I have to say deeply upsets me, is when he claims these revelations for himself and twists them. For example, listen to this one. Revelation in Arabic. The pains of childbirth brought him to the trunk of a date palm tree, and he said, would that I had died before this, and had been utterly forgotten. Shake the trunk of the date palm tree, there will fall upon you fresh dates. Now, you know where he's ripped this off from, don't you? And if you followers of Mirza had any shame, any humility in your hearts, you would run from this cult a mile for such a disgraceful distortion of the noble Quran and of God's word, God's sacred word. He changes a revelation to make mockery of it. He says that he is going to give childbirth. He plays with God's words like that. Please, I ask you, can you accept such a man? Can you accept a man who distorts the verses of the noble Quran, who twists them and turns them into nonsense? Auzubillah. So, without further ado, one of my favorite Mirza revelations is coming up. I recall that on one occasion I received the revelation, I love you. Then came the revelation, I am with you. Then came the revelation, I shall help you. Then came the revelation, I can what I will do. Then with such emphasis that my body trembled at it came the revelation, we can what we will do. We can